There are people I never would have set up and now they're married and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, amazing, but how far off am I? It's just me and the lovely Rachel. Say hi, Rachel.
Hello, everyone.
Do a big blue Peter wave. Talking to you guys about third wheel dates. Season with Salt meets third wheel dates, behind the scenes, all access. If you have questions about the show, drop us a message and I'd love to ask them.
So obviously the Salt team paired you guys up. So do you want to give us a little bit of an insight into actually how the matchmaking process happens? Because obviously if people are going to sign up, what's the process? If they put themselves out there and go, hey, I want to come on a third wheel date.
Yes. This is good.
How is it going to be decided who they go on a date with?
So from start to finish, you may get an email. Sometimes you get an email that pops up in your inbox saying like, oh, have you thought about applying? And sometimes, you know, some people just come direct to us. Like maybe they've seen the show or they've watched this and they just want to click through the link and give us some info. And you will provide us with bits and pieces of information, including a link to a short sort of 30-second video that would be uploaded to YouTube. So there's
privately, that doesn't have to go out.
Privately, yeah, that doesn't have to be public. You can set that so that it's only us with the direct link who can see it, so it's not searchable or anything like that. And then the team will go through and they will meet with a fair number of the people just on like Zoom and just chat to them and get a feel for like what they're like, make sure that they really are passionate about their faith, make sure that they feel like that's the right person, you know, and it's to an extent looking out for anything that feels maybe just a touch too vulnerable right now, you know, like, and that's very hard to tell just from a quick chat, but the point of this is to be quite playful and sometimes make jokes at people's expense and they make them back. And ideally it would be someone who like get in the rhythm with that. And you know, you don't want to feel like you're sort of kicking a puppy because that's not funny or fun or kind or anything, you know. So it's got to be a bit of mutual back and forward. And then we get all the guys and all the girls and that's when they come to me.
Great.
So then I get a spreadsheet with all of these videos and I'll watch through, and often we have fewer men than women. Okay. So I'll start by checking.
So blokes, get in.
Oh my gosh, step it up. And also some of the women who we haven't been able to match because it really hasn't felt like there's been a match, are phenomenal. I'm like, I cannot believe we're not inviting this woman on the show. But it's literally, if we don't feel we have someone who she has enough in common with for that to feel like a match, then it's hard. So I will do my best to get the best possible matches and send those off, but sometimes like timetable clashes or if someone's unwell, things have to be shuffled around a bit, and sometimes we can end up with matches that maybe when I first meet them, I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is going to vibe, but I truly believe you just don't know until you put two people together.
I 100% agree with that.
Like there are people I never would have set up and now they're married and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, amazing, but how far off am I, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to give everyone the space. But on the whole, it's really important to us that we see something in both of them. And I know quite a few people are like, why do you keep setting up people who aren't each other's type? You know, like, but actually I don't care about type. In terms of looks, I do not care about type. If you tell me like, oh, I'm only going to go out with someone who's this height or blah, 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 then I'm like, no, you're not seeing the person. And, you know, I think it's a real shame to shut someone down who has amazing faith, it's amazing character, it's amazingly funny, just because you prefer brunettes.
Yeah, like, we can dye hair, guys.
Or we can learn to love the hair we have.
Yes, exactly.
So to a certain extent, it's like, okay, are they going to find that person attractive? But I think we like the idea of compatible interest, compatible lifestyle in some way. But you obviously need your differences as well. But that's what we shoot for, and sometimes it works brilliantly and sometimes it doesn't. But like, we enjoy the process of matching people.